Says the key tonight is to defend well. A clash of cultures. Two football clubs with a rich history. Superstars everywhere you look, out on the field, but also in reserve. Different ideologies, even different languages in the cities of Madrid and the Catalans of Barcelona. They bring the magic over to Saudi Arabia, leaving behind the European winter. Close to 80 degrees. And the heat is on that centre circle as Barcelona kick off. Raphinha, the skipper. Measured pass to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. Oh, it's a little tester. Needed the very big hand of Courtois.
Yeah, Fede Valverde has to know that he wants to cut inside. Gets a little touch on it just to divert it away.
Rudiger with the header. It's like a magnet to the boot of Lamine Yamal. He goes on a diversion around all defenders, but just run out of space. Yamal, Gavi on the blind side of Camavinga, hangs the ball in there. Raphinha! Wow,
What a save!
that was world class from Courtois.
Where's the defenders? Look at Lucas Vazquez, Rob. He's got him. Now he has to.
Like Pele-like.
In the Brazil World Cup, yeah.
Talking to Brazilians, here is Vini Jr. A man with more speed than most. Kylian Mbappé, 2-on-2. It's not just any two for Real Madrid. Mbappé scores! The man for the occasion! He scored in the European Super Cup. He scored in the Intercontinental Cup final. And now he scored in the Supercopa final. A super slalom to goal from Kylian Mbappé.
And if you're ever going to see the best of Kylian Mbappé, it's one-on-one chasing somebody back. This was a mismatch. Vini Jr wins it from Casado, and that's when the red lights start bouncing. Look at that. It's two of the greatest players in the world, 2-on-2. Balde, if anything.
And they're as passionate in this corner of the world as they are anywhere about their football.
Yes, they are. They've been blessed in Saudi Arabia, haven't they? They've had Inter Milan against AC Milan the week before.
Here goes Raphinha! Scrapes the post. What a game we have on our hands here. Not for the faint-hearted.
No, well, the boys said in the studio, didn't they? Goals, goals and goals, and that's what it looks like. Tomato. When you're that sharp.
Well, here is the high line, which is always drawn by Barcelona. Hansi Flick. Vini Jr. Now they will drag at the volume when he gets the ball. Brilliant run from Bellingham, and Chesney had to be player advantage. Casado. Inigo Martinez. Lovely little flick. Pedri. Just enough of an obstacle created by Chouameni.
Yeah, lovely play again. Little flick by
the corner. Barcelona were caught short at the back and Real Madrid scored. Casado with a crunching shot. Lamine Yamal. Brilliant turn. Superb defending though from Rudiger, who has been a lot of these corners paying. Lewandowski waiting for bits and pieces to fall his way. This time it is Rudiger. You saw the possession stat. Barcelona dominating that. Now a test of the Real Madrid defence. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Lamine Yamal. He keeps his balance, he keeps his head, and he equalises for Barcelona. Mbappé won, Lamine Yamal won. You are watching one of the best young players in world football strut his stuff.
Oh yeah, I think you're watching the best, to be very honest. Because on the biggest of occasions, he keeps on delivering And again, forwards against defence.
Listen to the call from Barcelona when they were a goalkeeper short. Here's Vasquez. Selection. Chesney comes well out of his area to Rodrigo. Lucas Vasquez. Valverde, the expert in those long shots.
And it was a poor effort.
Rodrigo to the far post. Chesney keeps it out. He does well. Not just to keep it out, but to guide it away from the hungry oncomers.
Yeah, Tchouaméni this time. Glorious isolation. Good save by Chesney. It just spins away from goal.
Stands his ground. Vini Jr does get the cross in. Balde, no direction on that. And Camavinga with the volley. Raphinha. Big ask for Balde. That is a textbook tackle from Valverde. Coaches will be clipping up their workspace. Jules Koundé. Koundé goes for the early cross. Oh, so coming together. You've seen enough.
Yeah.
Another dramatic twist, and the 250 will just make that white noise.
He's heard it all before, hasn't he? This great centre forward.
This is a man who lives for scoring goals. Lewandowski, perfect, gives Barcelona the lead. Gift accepted.
You see what it means to all the players on the bench. They know how important this game is. No messing around by Lewandowski, no pausing, no jumping, no trying to place it past the keeper. Small run-up, but smashes it past Courtois to give Barcelona the lead.
Brilliant ball. Rodrigo. Vasquez screaming for it, has to readjust. Vasquez teases it in there. And once more it's Chesney to the rescue.
Yeah, again, it wasn't a great...
To Brest at the end of November. In all the competitions. They head back to Barcelona in midweek. Here is... Oh, brilliant! Raphinha! How did three defenders not spot him coming in? A jump for joy! Barcelona are having the ball.
Yeah, the warning signs have been there for Madrid. They just cannot defend. They're fine when they dominate possession, which is most of the time, but it's not against Barcelona. They got caught out at the Bernabeu, a Robert Lewandowski header when he was free as a bird, and this is another one. Raphinha on the back. Look at him, look at the space between Tchouaméni and Lucas Vasquez. You could drive 6 buses through them. What on earth? Can't they talk?
Barcelona are dead set on finding their 4th first-half goal. Raphinha's cross in. Lewandowski coming alive in there. He needed Rudiger to keep a very close eye on Gavi.
It's not hard to make chances against this Real Madrid, though. Look at that, a simple run by Raphinha.
Vasquez, little back flick, hits the midriff of Balde. And Mbappe's in there. Chesney tries to get there. Rodrigo, and it just seems to
offside,
stop dead.
Now Madrid are trying to play a high line. What
a burst of pace this from Raphinha. What a tackle that was. Second we've seen from Valverde. There's no room for error there. Balde screaming for the ball. Balde gets the ball as well. Good control. Fires it in. And Courtois has had to be at his very, very best to keep it down to 3-1 in the first half.
Yeah. Again, toying with Madrid. Moved the ball wide. Shot on target. Tipped over the bar by
Changed the course of the evening by getting a goal before
not like that.
Not with passes like that. That is so frustrating for Ancelotti and his coaching team. Now it's a scramble back. Raphinha shakes off Valverde. 4-1 before half-time. Balde is on the dance floor. Barcelona are in dream world.
Yeah, they scored 4 at the Bernabeu in the second half. They've scored 4 tonight in the first half. Wonderful goal, wonderful break, awful from Real Madrid. Then in the last minute of the first half, they've got everybody up for a corner. and they decide to play it short and effectively blow the game. What are they doing? If this happened to an under-10 team, you'd go crazy. What on earth are they doing?
Vinícius Jr. gets around Jules Koundé, hangs it to the far post. Spare man is Rodrigo. Oh, he put everything into that.
Yeah, that's the woodwork. Should have scored, Rob. Should have scored. It looks cool. It looks quite sexy when it careers off the metal of the goal, but actually he should have scored. Should have scored.
He hides his face in despair, but at least Real Madrid are showing their face in the second half, but they left themselves open at the back. Barcelona going for a fifth goal. Raphinha keeps his head, keeps his feet, keeps his balance. A fantastic fifth for Barcelona. This is history in the making. The Madrid empire is falling apart.
Yeah, and this will not stop, Rob. This will not stop. The ease. And I said it in the first half, I said it 2 minutes ago. It's embarrassing. How can you defend like this when you haven't got any defenders in your team? Look where they are, trying to play offside in their own half. This is like amateur school. Tchouaméni can't keep up with them, flips back.
Let's focus on the excellence of Barcelona. They had that sensational start to the season under Hansi Flick, who re-energised the club. Bellingham plays it through. Mbappé, is he taken down by Chesney?
No, he said no.
Well, if he had been taken down, that could have been a red card.
It's that left foot of Kylian Mbappe's and the right foot of the goalkeeper. So why would he go down when he's got an empty net to stick it in?
The game that has had everything has another twist. Chesney, who just got his place in the team, walks the plank. Means that Barcelona are going to be playing with 10 men. Once he's had a little sip of water. Is the pendulum suddenly swinging back the way of Real Madrid? Rodrigo. Oh! Another twist! They're down, but they're certainly not out. A magnificent 7th goal in this game. It was a long wait for that free kick, but it's surely well worth it.
What a hit by Rodrigo. The one thing you would say is that it was a mistake by Iñaki Peña.
Teases the ball to Rodrigo. Rodrigo hangs it in there. Koundé. Brazilian Ferran Torres will come on for the last 12 minutes or so. Fran Garcia come to that point where they just want to launch the ball forward and they're throwing the big man into the centre. It was Rudiger who got in there, creating a bit of havoc. Some magic into this game. Asensio. That was a defender's pop at goal.
Yeah, it was.
Envious that he's not taking part in such a volcanic game of football. Valverde blocked by Dani Olmo. Can Lionel Messi's former side hold on? That's a picture, isn't it, Florentino Perez?
Isn't it just?
Modric with yet another corner. Balls to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham got caught in a trap.
Yeah, he gets caught by it. So they're not far away.
Tobias in there. Rudiger's roll. Fran Garcia. Kylian Mbappé. He was caught mid-flight by Araujo. Did his best to get out of the way, but it wasn't enough. And now he is in the referee's bad book. Modric leaves it for Rodrigo. Well, did score that sensational free kick in the second. Kylian Mbappé hasn't given up hope. Mbappé to Bellingham. Bellingham, was he taken out mid-strike? Well, there's not a lot of appeal from his teammates.
No, I think he gets the ball.
22. Gavi, 20 years of age. Even Balde's only 21. Valverde fires it across the face of goal, but all of the... Not a single soul. He's even considering leaving the stadium. Here's Kylian Mbappé. Rudiger in that unusual striking position. Tells a tale when the Rudiger is allegedly in an offside position. Behind Real Madrid in La Liga. Araujo heads the ball. Modric. Rudiger's in there. That's what Real have unfortunately become reduced to, just launching the ball in for the big man. Here's the one more goal for the history books here for Barcelona. They're teasing Real Madrid. Lewandowski. Brilliant from Kylian Mbappé. Mbappé cuts inside. Mbappé, oh, super save from Iñaki Peña. Everybody in the Barcelona team is playing a part.
Yeah, brilliant by the goalkeeper. Lovely by Mbappé. Touch past Koundé. Gets a
Hansi Flick wins his first trophy as a Barcelona manager. Man who has won every final that he has coached in. They had to win it the hard way. They were trailing after just 5 minutes of the game, after a sensational goal from Kylian Mbappé. But then their stars came out to shine. Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, a couple from Raphinha, Balde on the score sheet as well. A game that had everything: a red card, a penalty, a mini...